All right, we are in the garage again today working on the Integra. I'm starting with vacuuming out the interior. Carpet looks really nice in there. There's a little bit more vacuuming to do where I pulled the seats out. Speaking of the seats, I've got them out here because they need to be cleaned. I'm not sure they've ever been shampooed before because they're pretty dirty. It's supposed to be like a bright red, but obviously you can see there's a lot of dirt built up from people just sitting in here. So we're going to try to clean those out and really see if we can get those looking a lot better before we put them in. So let's jump over here and I'll show you this steamer I'm going to use and see how well it goes. Alright, this is the Beam Nova high pressure steam cleaner. It has a lot of different purposes. What I'm going to use it on today are the Recaros seats. This is a pretty high pressure steam cleaner, 1700 watts. You can use this to clean basically anything you want. I'm going to give it a shot on the seats. I may even try to use this on the engine bay once I get to it, help break up some of that dirt and grime. It's got a lot of different tips here, some plastic ones as well as some brass to keep from scratching certain things. There is an extension wand to get down possibly in the engine bay where you can't reach with the shorter wand here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing hooked up, dip it in a bucket of water. They recommend you use distilled water to keep this steamer from getting a lot of calcium buildup inside of it. But I don't have a jug of distilled, so I'm just going to use regular water for now. I just wouldn't make a habit of continuing to use regular water if you have to do that. So let's get this hooked up and we'll see how it does. Alright, I'm going to start here by using some Folex carpet cleaner. I'm just going to saturate this bolster here and give it a scrubbing with this brush before we use the steamer to help break up some of that. And once that's done, we'll come back with a microfiber and really just mop up any of the excess dirt and cleaner that we have on there. All right, well, these red Recaros are really looking nice now. The Beam Nova steamer really helped break up some of that embedded dirt and that grime that was built up on the surface of the Alcantara. I used this steamer in conjunction with some Sonax Alcantara cleaner as well as some Folex carpet cleaner to really scrub these down and break loose all that dirt and get it wiped all up. It took a long time. I didn't show all the scrubbing that I did. I did scrubbing, I did steaming, and then I had to mop it all up with a lot of microfiber towels. I got a pile of towels over here that are soaked in some nasty cleaner and water. But these things are all dry now. I did set them outside in the sun, let them dry for about 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for this steamer here if you want to try it out. It works really well for the interior. I'm going to give it a shot on the engine bay at some point. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get these seats reinstalled in the interior, and hopefully that will wrap the interior up on this Integra. Alright, the interior is all cleaned up. I'm happy with how that turned out. Engine bay, I went ahead and just sprayed it out, degreased it. I kind of wiped a few things down as well. I swapped out a couple rusty bolts because they were kind of obvious and bothering me a little bit. Those are swapped out, and I went ahead and removed the fog light wiring that was in here. I had taken off the fog lights already, so that wiring was just in there for no reason. It was a huge bundle in the front and the rear here, so that came out. It cleaned it up a lot. I do have a little bit more cleanup work in here as far as like getting rid of stuff. These ballasts that are on each side, I am going to remove those and tuck them in somewhere else where you can't see them because they're pretty ugly. And I am going to hang on to the HIDs for now until I look at some alternatives, maybe some LED bulbs to get rid of those ballasts altogether. So happy with the progress, and I'm going to keep working at this, cleaning it up. And hopefully the title comes in and I'm able to get this thing registered so I can hit the road. I will be doing a oil change and a fluid check before I actually take it for a drive. So look forward to that, and I will see you in the next one.